around. Have we got hot towels on standby? Good. Are you feeling good?
I'm feeling good,
Are you okay?
I wouldn't say I'm 100%,
Yeah.
but I'm feeling much, much better than I was, 2 days ago.
Yeah. You were really quite poorly, weren't you?
Yeah, definitely.
And that is obviously why Kimberly came out of the house. No one told me you weren't going back in, which was wonderful.
I didn't know either.
No, I know, exactly. But it is sad to have you out, but also really nice because we get to have a good old gossip about you and Stephen.
Definitely.
Do you want to take your baby bump out or do you want to leave it in?
I'll take it out. It's getting a bit warm, isn't it?
Yeah. And I know we've asked, are you feeling good, but are you still feeling Stephen good?
I'm definitely still feeling Stephen good.
Really?
Yes.
So now that you are kind of out of the house, had time to reflect, a bit of perspective, you're still feeling exactly the same, on the same page?
Yeah, we're definitely on the same page. I've had time to reflect, and I've thought about everything, and I've kind of sorted my life pre-Big Brother, and I'm really looking forward to the new chapter.
Okay. Well, let's start with going back to day one. You and Stephen are sat in the garden, and he's telling you that I have visited 119 countries, or 109 countries. Now, were you thinking, that's my future husband? Or were you thinking, at least that's nominated Nation 1 sorted?
I wasn't
Because I know at the time I'd have been
but...
thinking the latter.
I was just, like when someone says a comment like that, you're just kind of like, you brush it off, especially your first day. You never know what are their intentions. You just don't really know.
Yeah.
So I just kind of brushed it off.
And it did, watching it, it did seem like he was kind of putting the lines to you already, kind of making the moves, trying to impress you. Did you get that feeling from him?
No, not at all. I was like, why are you saying that? I didn't.
Just thought, you were strange.
Yeah, I was just
why
like,
are you doing that?
Why are you being so different?
Now, I would imagine it must have been emotionally quite difficult in the house. I mean, we've kind of seen everything that happened, but you obviously did have an attachment to Sasha before you went into the house. So how difficult was it to being someone who doesn't like to show much emotion or give much away, to have to deal with that with Stephen, not being able to talk to Sasha and having 50 cameras watch you?
I found that extortionately difficult. I still respect Sasha. There are things that in a normal relationship outside of Big Brother, I would just straight up say and be a little bit more upfront. But out of respect of my previous relationship that, happened, and the thing is, I don't really want to talk about those particular things that happened because that's intimate to Sasha and I.
Yeah.
And I didn't feel like that was right to say that on TV, but I just didn't really know the best way to kind of execute that.
Okay. Yeah. I think we all got a bit confused, didn't we? Yeah. Because of this. Let's have a look. This is Sasha. Sasha, are you Kimberly's boyfriend or are you just seeing each other?
We're boyfriend and girlfriend for a long time.
Okay. How long have you guys been together?
More than 3 years.
Oh, my goodness!
Right, so it's not just dating then, it's a pretty long, substantial relationship. So how has it been for you watching Stephen and Kimberly's relationship develop?
Well, I can see the illusion of the relationship, the game that Kimberly good at, and she's carefully keeps the right distance. He's not pushing too far, but not getting too close either.
So you're not worried that a relationship is going to develop?
I'm not worried at all. Like Stephen, he's mommy's boy. He can't stop crying. I'm glad they have enough, t-shirts down there. But I don't feel any threat.
Do you think she's been giving him the wrong signals?
I think he should understand very soon that, it's not genuine.
So, can you understand why everybody kind of got so confused?
Oh, definitely. I would be confused as well. The thing is, it's just, I don't really... You're very conscious sometimes of the things that you're talking about when you're on Big Brother, because I don't want to explain, the problems I had in that relationship.
Yeah.
Because it's between him and I. But obviously, when you have that outside intimacy kind of convoluting with the inside, you do need to say some things.
Yeah.
But it was just hard to know.
But you have to try and have respect for the person that's outside and not divulge too much.
Yeah, exactly.
To the new guy. Although I think that's probably another thing why it got so confusing, because we had Sasha on, and then we would have Lynn, Stephen's mum, on, and then Lynn would go into the house and give Stephen a warning about you, and then Stephen would get paranoid.
But she did it in the nicest way that she could.
Yes, absolutely.
So I was so pleased with that.
Okay, so quite a lot of people felt the relationship got very intense quite quickly. You know, you guys were kind of professing love to each other after like 4 weeks. When was the moment that you realised that what you'd had previously was done, and that you wanted to be with Stephen and that you were falling for him?
I noticed that I was falling for Stephen properly during the night of his eviction. I don't know. It's really difficult, and I can't explain it in a logical way.
You mean the first time you faced eviction?
Yeah, the first
Right.
time. I felt something, like I was looking at him and I was just like, why do I feel this way? I don't want to feel this way, but I did. It's just, I can't explain it logically. It was not logical.
I've got to ask, what do you think of the new hairdo?
I think I preferred his one prior to this, yeah.
Oh, okay, so you're not a fan of the old skinhead?
I'm a fan of it.
Just not on him.
In a different world. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Some people as well, we had quite a few people in the audience actually, saying that they found him to be quite bossy with you and sometimes quite controlling. Yep. How did it ever feel that way for you?
It didn't feel that way for me. I'm used to relationships where I always have to take control. So for me, it was really nice to a little bit to take the back seat. It's very difficult to boss me around in a relationship anyway. So for me personally, I didn't feel like I was being bossed around. I'm not entirely sure what clips were shown, but I never felt like I was in a position where I was like, oh, I can't talk or anything like that. Like, it's fine. You know, I didn't feel offended by anything. I thought that he handled the relationship, you know, pretty well.
Maybe it could be because, as we said, he was quite paranoid. He had all the thoughts of your previous relationship.
Fair enough, though.
And then you said quite openly yourself, you know, you don't show much emotion, you don't give very much, you're quite guarded. And maybe that made the paranoia within him grow even more. To want, because we saw him say a lot, I love you, do you love me? Do you really love me? You know I'll never leave you. And it just almost got a bit like, whoa, settle down.
Definitely, I can understand how that can be perceived, but I think
So do you like that he takes control and you kind of...
I don't feel like he takes control as much as the public feel he does, because I don't feel like someone's trying to take control of me in a hurtful way or anything like that.
It's an enjoyable way.
Well, I'm
Instead
not
of taking control, maybe taking care.
I do feel like it's more like taking care. He just wants to make sure I'm looked after. I mean, the past week when I was really ill, he was pretty much, him and Helen were pretty much the only people that knew about how sick I was, and they made sure, you know, I guess that could be perceived as controlling, but they were really on it with me and making sure I was okay. Are you okay? Dad, are you okay? You know, so I really felt like it wasn't taking control, it was just really, taking care.
Okay, I know lots of people are going, oh, no, but you've got to remember, she was in there with him 24/7. You would know, I would imagine, if someone was trying to take over your head mentally.
Good luck.
Now, we've got to talk about sex.
All right, that.
Because, as we're all quite aware, you did break the boundaries of sex in the Big Brother house.
Oh, did you guys see that?
Yes, yeah, we did see it. And, you know, there are only 2 other couples, I think, that have ever actually done it in there, to our knowledge. One was under a table, so you didn't really see anything apart from some feet wiggling around.
Oh, right.
And the other time, we only found out recently, was apparently Ziggy and Chanel in the shower. No. Yeah, apparently. That will mean nothing to you, sorry. So it was quite a hoo-ha because we saw full-on missionary position under the duvet. Were you surprised by people's reactions?
Not really. I mean, like, anytime someone has sex on TV, people are going to have an opinion. So
Did you
really
ever we did say in the beginning that you would never do it.
Yeah, but actually before I walked in, I was like, yeah, I probably would. And then when I walked in, yeah. But when I walked in, I felt like there was so much pressure, and I was like, no, I can't do that. But as you become more comfortable and you forget about the cameras, it just happened. It was like, want to have sex, had sex.
And I get that, you know, you get used to your environment. Maybe you do forget about the cameras, but what about the other 10 people in the room?
No one noticed except Ash and Helen.
Yeah, but what if they were awake, Kim?
They weren't, though. We were very careful of that. Very careful.
Yeah, but what if they were just pretending to be asleep?
Then I would feel really concerned.
Winston could have dined out on that for months.
Yeah. Oh, Winston.
Now, listen, there was talk of living together, marriage, prenups, you know, quite full-on conversations for a short relationship. But if he did propose, what would you say? Because I think he might.
I think right now is a bit premature to know. In my head, it's not a definite no, like I am falling for him. It's not just like, you know,
so you see a genuine future?
Yeah, I do. No,
okay.
I'll be there when he's evicted, and I'll be, you know, I'll be by his side.
Okay.
Yeah.
And one very last question. Whilst you were in the house, a certain hashtag went trended worldwide on Twitter.
Come on.
Hashtag open it.
I think I've heard that once or twice, yeah.
What does it mean?
Actually, to be honest, I'm not sure what that means.
I'm so glad you said that, because even though I asked it, I actually didn't really want to know.
What am I meant to open? I think things were opened anyway, so what's the... I mean,
Kimberly, thank you so much.